The Honourable Paseta Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, it's a pleasure to speak on this, the second reading of the Home and Community Support Settlement Bill, and it is in the name of the Minister, Dr Jonathan Coleman, but as his Associate Minister, sir, I have responsibilities for the areas in which this bill will have a huge impact, particularly for those community health workers and carers who have been mentioned in this House this afternoon. I also want to commend the Select Committee, particularly the Chairman and his work, as well as cross-party support for this bill, because I think we all understand the importance of these workers in our communities right up and down this country. They do an invaluable job to help with our elderly, our disabled, our whānau and our Iiga right across New Zealand. Sir, government agencies understand that there is a time and distance between clients, between patients and their carers, and it's only right and proper that this workforce should be compensated for the time that they travel between to their clients. And the bill arises out of a settlement agreement which is between service providers, the support workers and their unions, as well as the many DHBs across the country, and the Crown obviously playing a focal point in those negotiations. What it does, sir, is it creates an affordable, a sustainable framework to compensate the long-standing issue of in-between travel. And, sir, it addresses an issue that has, to be fair, been a little bit of a sore point, and importantly, it ensures that people can continue to receive quality care in their own homes. Let's not forget, while we're compensating the workers, it is about those people that we're serving in their homes, allowing them to have a better quality of life up and down this country. So by implementing this settlement and setting out an agreed process for investigating and moving this workforce forward to a more regulated employment model, it looks ahead to ensure that the service can attract, recruit and retain a high-quality workforce to meet the demands of the changing demographics and the increasingly ageing population. And it's important, sir, because in order to increase their income, reimbursing their vehicle use, it increases their certainty of hours of work, and it provides for more stability in that workforce, which, again, I can't re-emphasise just how important they are in caring for the elderly and the disabled. And what it also does, a knock-on effect, if you like, is that it reduces the high staff turnover in this sector, and it eases the pressure on recruitment and retention of these very important workers. And ultimately, again, it does benefit those that need care and need help. I believe, sir, that it's a responsible approach, and one which will give the industry some sort of long-term skilled workforce and certainty to support our elderly and support our disabled live in their own homes, which is really important because that's the general desire that they have to remain part of our wider communities, but to remain part of their families in those communities. So, sir, it is about an investment. $96 million over 4 years was announced in Budget 2014 to support this, and with a further $14 million in the last budget going forward. It's part of an investment to making sure that we support this important population, that they live longer, that they live better quality lives, and ensures that our health system is able to cope with the increased pressures around the demographic changes, but also just the increased demand for these services long term. Sir, we know that an ageing population will present challenges to our system. The government will continue to invest in these areas to make a difference and meet some of those particularly difficult challenges that lay ahead. In Budget 2015, we also invested $98 million to provide people with elective surgery and improve their prevention and treatment of their conditions, and another $50 million over 3 years to support extra surgeries and interventions for the elderly. Sir, there is also an investment into hospice and palliative care. End-of-life care is, again, something that's important to this government. $76 million was announced over 4 years in the last budget. And again, these workforces in the aged care area are particularly important. They make a difference, particularly to those who are suffering terminal illnesses. Just want to quickly wrap up by saying that we are reviewing and updating the health of older persons strategy. There are currently workshops going on out there to engage with our communities, to engage with those in the sector, and engage with those who use these services, and that's particularly important, sir. I encourage those that want to make an input into this strategy. It's being updated for the first time in 13 years to put their hands up, come forward and take part in this very important strategy going forward. So, sir, I again commend this bill. I support what has been said around this House this afternoon. Important part of our workforce, and they should be duly compensated for the work that they do. Thank you very much.